Those Oakland fans who left early or left late, depending on where your seat is,
I'm sure it's going to be.
I hope you're watching now. Gio Gonzalez, Twins Athletics. He's got a 7.10 ERA in 2 Major League seasons. Facing Justin Morneau, 3-0 Twins, and Morneau knows he just missed that one. He didn't miss that one. Full count and get out. Grand slam, 22nd home run of the season, and it's 7-2 Twins. Your next batter is Michael Kadire. And Morneau will not drink alone. Back-to-back home runs for the Twins. Kadire's 16th. It's 8-2. Top third, 8-2. Twins runners on first and second. Morneau, if some is good, more is better. 3-run shot. He had 7 RBI. It's 11-2 Twins. Gonzalez getting rocked. Later in the frame, Jason Kubel singles. Kadire scores. It's 12-2. Okay, after the third inning, the A's win probability is 3.2%. It's a 12-2 game.
Did you calculate that?
No, I think that might have been Nate Kenton or Brandon. One of those cats did that. Bottom 4, 12-5, 1 on. Matt Holliday off Nick Blackburn, 2-run shot. It's 12-7. A's win probability is still less than 9%, though. 7th inning. Oakland down 13-7. Mark Ellis. Okay, that's an out. Oh, Morneau. Oh, no. Ellis has has more life, and he takes advantage. He makes the blooper reel, and the bases are loaded.
And the bases are loaded.
2 batters later, Orlando Cabrera. Talk about finding space right here. Kadire needs longer arms or faster feet.
For Kadire, he can't get there.
2 score, it's 13-9. I don't know what the probability is, but it's a lot better than 9% now. Later in the frame, bases loaded. Matt Holliday's a home run away from tying this up. Oh, did he just do that? Bob Keptel. That was Bob's last pitch. Holliday's 2nd home run of the game.
The A's have come back from 10.
Next batter's Jack Cust. Bartender, we're still serving. His 14th. The A's take the lead. Their win probability's up to 77%. Remember, it was less than 3.5% after the 3rd inning at 12-2. We go 9th inning. Michael Wirtz goes wild. Michael Kadire comes home.
Here comes Kadire. He's coming home, and he is out at the plate.
Oh, no, he's safe.
They call him out at the plate.
And a bad angle right there.
A terrible ending to a terrible game. There's no way that Michael Kadire is out.
Now, did you hear the guy? A terrible ending to a terrible game. No, it was a terrible ending to a great game, actually.
Well, unless you're the Twins announcer.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Gonzalez, first pitcher since Zach Greinke in June of 05 to give up 11 earned and get a no decision. The 7 runs in the 7th tie a season high for runs scored in any inning. That is for Oakland. Morneau, 7 RBI. Holliday, 6 RBI. And it's a shame that Texas Rangers 3 back of the postponed Angels. You got Smoltz and Millwood. They were Braves teammates. Smoltz says it's hard to think of Kevin as a veteran pitcher. That makes me antique. Teammates 97-02. Let's start with the veteran. And what do you want on Millwood? You want that he's 0-2 with an 8.83 ERA his last 3 starts? Or he threw 7 innings, nothing earned, and a win against Boston last season. Well, Dustin Pedroia would like that 0-2, 8.83 thing because Millwood beating him on both highlights there. Now let's go to the antique. In control early. Marlon Byrd, antique, I can't say. I'm an antique then. Well, I am. Marlon Byrd swinging. David Murphy swinging. You know, what they had Forever Young at the game, the Rod Stewart song. They were singing that. Listen up.
But Marion Fisher turns 100 years old today. Do you feel 100?
No, I don't.
Okay, you grew up in Cape Cod. You were a longtime Boston Red Sox fan, but moved to Texas 15 years ago. Now a big Ranger fan. Who's your favorite player?
Michael Young.
Of course.
Forever Young. Michael Young. One take. I love it. Off Smoltz. 12th home run for Young. This game is tied at 2. Let's go back to our big fan, the birthday girl.
After the game, after the party here, the game here, you got any big plans, Nana?
I'm going dancing with my grandson.
All right, very good.
You give me 100 right now, plus or minus 10, I'll take it in a heartbeat. In fact, I'll take it minus 20. Jed Lowry popping it up foul. Young.
I have 80 on you in the
Dugout rail. Take another look at that. Smoltz allows 3 home runs in this game, just the second time in his their Caps 40th anniversary of the Apollo moon landing, and Carlos Lee with 1 giant shot off Kyle Loesch, 3-run job. The Astros up 3-2. It's Lee's 14th. That came in the bottom of the 4th. We're still in the same frame, and Houston may have gotten more. Brendan Ryan hadn't been able to do that to Ivan Rodriguez. 6-4-3 double play, and then we got payback in the top of the 5th defensively. 1 on, 1 out, Miguel Tejada. I guarantee you'll see that again. That's a TPN top play nominee, robbing Nick Stevanoha right there, not from Hawaii. Albert Pujols went 1 for 3 with an intentional walk. This is right after that intentional walk. Ryan Ludwig deep, but Michael Bourne, he finds space, so it's still 3-2. Pujols on first after a single, and LaTroy Hawkins to pitch into the dirt. And well, speed is not the first thing you think of with Pujols, and he's out. And then Jose Valverde, he's on team shut it down. Chris Duncan, the grounder to Kaz Matsui. Quick turn by Tejada. 4-6-3. The Astros take the series opener from the Cardinals. 3-2.
That Jason Schmidt, he's been out for almost 2 years, recovering from shoulder surgery. First batter of the game is Willie Taveras, and Taveras is welcome back. That'll be good for a triple. Schmidt, like, I didn't come back for that. Taveras would score on a Jerry Harrison Jr. double. Still top first, 2-0 Reds. Brandon Phillips facing Schmidt. Andre Ethier seemed like he lost this one. Drops right in front of him. Joey Votto comes in to score. Schmidt, 3 earned runs, 36 pitches in the first inning. So he got quite a workout. Micah Owens, a career 1-6 record with 9.53 ERA in July. Bottom first, Owens facing Rafael Furcal. Little sand wedge bunt there. Drops it over the infield. And Furcal turns a bunt into a double. Later in the first, Owens facing Casey Blake. And that's a double the old-fashioned way. Russell Martin and Andre Ethier come in to score, and the game tied at 3. Bottom second, Dodgers up 4-3. Manny Ramirez, professional hitman. Number 10 on the year, number 4 since he came back. Puts the Dodgers up 6-3. It's a 2-run shot, number 537 for his career. Passes Mickey Mantle for 15th all time. Now top 5-6-3 Dodgers. Schmidt still on the mound. Lance Nix got him to pop up. That'll end the inning. Schmidt, 5 innings of work. Gave up just 3 earned runs. Bottom 5, Owens facing Ethier. And look at Ethier go down and get that one. Looked like it was falling out of the zone, but it winds up out of the yard. Number 19 on the year for Ethier. Dodgers going to win at 7-5. Ethier 2 for 4 with a pair of runs and a pair of RBI. Next stop, the Bronx for the Orioles and the Yankees. Andy Pettitte, 26-5 lifetime against the Orioles. We go to the top of the 7th game. Tied at 1, runner on first, 1 out. Pettitte gets Nolan Rimo to ground to Derek Jeter, 6-4-3 double play. Pettitte escapes. Game still tied at 1. We go to the 8th. Same score, 1 out, runner on first. Brian Roberts. Down the line. Could be trouble. Off the wall. Cesar Izturis round second. He's heading into third. Now take another look at this. Izturis may have scored. He lost sight of the ball, and he actually slid into second base, and then he starts back, and he's not really aware of what's going on there. Does not score, but still at second and third. And that'll do it for Andy Pettitte. 7 1/3. He struck out 8. Phil Koch enters the game. First batter is Nick Markakis. Mark Teixeira to Jose Molina at home, and Molina with the tag on his Izturis, so 2 outs in the 8th. Next batter, Koch sort of loses control here. Jose Molina hustles, and he's able to fire it to Koch, and he tags Brian Roberts out at home. That's all Molina right there. Great hustle. Koch with a cover in the tag. Roberts didn't like the call, but the Yankees wind up with a Koch and a smile because the game remained tied at 1. Bottom 9, 1 out. Game still tied 1 apiece. Hideki Matsui breaks his bat. He's got just a chunk of it in his hand. He would get another bat, and he knew what to do with it. Here's Michael Kay with the call.
All of last year, 9. There it goes. Deep to right. See ya. A walk-off. Solo home run by Hideki Matsui. And the Yankees win 2-1. They've done it again.
The celebration is worth another look. It looks like a bouquet toss. Matsui said, they told me to throw my helmet. It's a little uncomfortable, but I'd like to follow whatever the team's rules are. Only his
won in the Central with a win against visiting Tampa Bay. David Price really struggled on the road. 7.27 ERA and 4 starts this season on the road. And Paul Konerko jumps on that ERA. 3-run shot is 18th. It's 4-1. Top 4, same score, not anymore. Carl Crawford, Scott Pasednik can't make the grab, and then look at him. He thinks that ball went out. Crawford says, I got my PF Flyers on. Inside the park home run. Last fella to hit an inside the park job at this park, ESPN's Chris Singleton back in 2000. Top 6, 4-2. Let's make it 4-3. Evan Longoria, Gavin Floyd. Floyd gives up 3 hits. They were all solo home runs. Longoria's 19. Now, Bobby Jenks has loaded the bases. Full count, 2 outs. Jason Bartlett, 1-run game, and Bobby's also a member of TSD. Team shut it down. His 22nd. White Sox win 4-3. They win the first of 18 straight against teams with winning records.
Did you say 18 straight?
18 straight.
The Brewers trying to make it 18 straight over the Pirates. That's the longest active streak by one team over another in the majors. Top second, Brewers down 4-1, 1 out. J.J. Hardy over the short. Jack Wilson, great diving stop on his knees, but not surrendering. Got some help from his man Adam LaRoche over there at first base. Pretty nice catch and stretch. Bottom 8, Jeff Carson's at bat now. He's a pitcher. Chris Smith is also a pitcher. And he hits Karstens, and Karstens got some words for Smith, and then what you want to do, what you want to do. And then here comes Jason Kendo, and, you know, everybody's got to come out of the dugout and then pushing and shoving and stuff. There's history between the Brewers and Karstens, and we document history here. April 27th, Ryan Braun with a home run off Karstens in the first, and then in the bottom of the third, Braun comes back up, and Karstens, he hit him in the back. So we go back to Monday now. Will there be any retaliation? Brewers down 8-3, 2 outs. Braun at the plate now. And that's the best retaliation of all. A 2-run home run. Braun's 17th of the season, but the Brewers still down 8-5. Next batter is Prince Fielder, trying to keep the rally alive, but he can't. And finally, Pittsburgh's long divisional nightmare is over. They finally find a way to beat the Brewers. In a row. Phillies have won 8 in a row. Look who's there. It's Jack Nicholson. One more win would give the champs their longest win streak in more than 3 years. You remember Jack Nicholson played the Joker in the Batman movie, the Philly Fanatic, in a Batman costume for this game. So we'll go with a Batman theme here, see how this works out. Bottom first, Raul Ibanez facing Ted Lilly. Runners on second and third. Pow! It's gone. 3-0 Phillies. Ibanez with his 25th home run. Bottom 4. Phillies up 5-0. Ted Lilly facing Pedro Feliz with 1 on. Wham! Kosuke Fukudome and Alfonso Soriano both go for the ball, but kerplop. It falls in. Now take another look at it. Soriano runs for the ball, but then he stops when he sees Fukudome come there, and, well, things didn't work out so well for the Cubs. Later in the fourth, Shane Victorino at bat, 1 on and 2 out. Bam! Soriano, oof. Carlos Ruiz scores. The Phillies up 8-0. Soriano charged with the error. Hard to figure out what's been going on with him at some point this season. He's had some issues this season. 4-run fourth for Philly. Lilly, 8 hits, 9 runs in 4 innings. His shortest outing this season. And then there was Ryan Howard picking on Angel Guzman. Zap. And then splat. Phillies going to win at 10-1. Howard with his 24th of the year. The Phillies, remember, they were struggling at home at one point, but not anymore. 10-1 in their last 11 games at home, and the win streak is up to 9 games. Top play starting at number 10, Reds and the Dodgers. Fly ball in the center field. Matt Kemp charges, and he's able to grab the ball right off his shoestrings. Jason Schmidt, his first start in 2 years. Happy to have the help. More from this game coming up.
She's a beauty, that number 9, Red Sox Rangers. Michael Young in front of a fan who turned 100 years old. Robin Dustin Pedroia. More from this game later. Young was a triple short of the cycle.
Number 8 back to Dodger Stadium. Rafael Furcal. Little chopper. Jerry Hairston Jr. Anybody can do it with a glove. Bare-handed. And Furcal runs well. Upon further review, it looks like Hairston may have gotten away with one there.
At 7, Mets Nationals. I got another fella doesn't need the glove. Willie Harris. Jeremy Reed lays it down. Harris guns him down. He gets the top play, but the Mets get the win.
And number 6, Twins and A's. Jack Cuss at the plate. It's not about him. It's about Nick Punto. Nick Punto is a shortstop. As you can see, he's over on the second base side, showing the range and the arm in time. A's win 14-13.
At 5, 1-run game. Pudge Rodriguez thought he had something. Brendan Ryan says, yeah, you got a spot in top plays. I just put you there.
Number 4, back to Arlington. Dustin Pedroia back up to the middle. Kevin Millwood's like, this is a routine play for me.
Look at the smirk after this when they show him here.
He's like, I got that.
All right, let's go to 3 here. It's the Astros game again. Miguel Tejada, and if that's 3, I'm already giddy about what 2 and 1 are. Reaching out, even the East German judge had to give him a 10 on that.
Number 2, Brewers and Pirates. Look at Jack Wilson. Funny hop, and he's falling backwards. I mean, you see how difficult it was. Looks like the ground was wet over there, and Adam LaRoche helps him out with the scoop. All around great play from Wilson and LaRoche there.
At 1, bartender, Saki.
Little high, little star, it is gone! A thriller by Godzilla. The Sayonara Kid. Yankees win. The Yankees win!
4th consecutive loss. Neil, I was reading about Adrian Gonzalez after the show the other night, as I often do, and weekends. And I was reading about how he likes to go the other way, as he did right there. His 25th home run of the season. I also read that he's making less than $4 million this season. What a bargain. Ties the game at 1. Pitchers sometimes try to pitch around Gonzalez to get to Kevin Kuzminoff. They pitched to Kuzminoff, too. His 13th of the season, 2-1 Padres. Top 7, John Baker with the bases loaded, nobody out. Jeremy Hermida able to score. You know, RBI groundouts aren't the most thrilling play, but they driving a run and you need a run, well, they help out. Later in the inning, Emilio Bonifacio facing Lou Gregerson, and Gregerson walks Bonifacio. Cody Ross scores. That's the game-winning run.